So I actually started thinking about enlisting probably October, November-ish area. And then I began contacting my recruiter, which was actually in my hometown, which I didn't know that. And I started talking to him. So he had me going for the ASVAB, which is like a battery that I take just to tell me like my intelligence level. And I actually scored pretty well on it. So he was like, oh, you can really do whatever you want and whatnot. And I wanted, my major is pre-nursing, so I wanted to go into like a combat medic. So I went and actually enlisted at the end of November. That's when I like officially signed. And then ever since then, I have drill 1 weekend a month to kind of prepare me. And I was supposed to leave on Monday. The weekend we had super regionals, I was supposed to have drill 1 weekend a month. So that I actually had it that weekend. And I didn't think I was supposed to get out of it because I told them that. And they were like, well, it's your last drill before you leave and you're supposed to go, because I have to do a bunch of different paperwork and talk to them and make sure I have everything in line. But I happened to talk to my recruiter like probably 2 to 3 weeks, mentioning that it was going to be that weekend. And it's called a pseudoform, which gets me out of the weekend or excused from some time. So I texted him. I was like, hey, like we have super regionals this weekend. Can I skip Saturday and Friday and just go Sunday? And he was like, yeah, I mean, they didn't say no, so go for it. So I got that news, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can actually go. And I texted in the group chat. I was like, guess who can go to super regionals? And I was super pumped because I didn't even think I was going to be able to go. Really, it wasn't a lot through me. It was more of coach kind of doing the work in the background, because I was just kind of accepted it, and I was like, well, I'm leaving Monday. Like this, I was really emotional personally when we won super regionals because I thought it was my last game of the season. And so as soon as the game ended, coach came up to me. She was like, I'm going to go make some phone calls. And so actually one of her really good friends, his daughter is actually like a colonel in the Army. So she had like very good ties with everything. So she got in touch with her. Then she got in touch with like Joe Courtney's office and everything like that. And they kept calling me, and I was like, well, I don't really know what's going on. I was like, I might not leave Monday. I might leave Monday. I wasn't really sure. So it was actually kind of crazy. So I went in on Monday, and I was possibly going to leave. So he was like, you need to pack for basic because you might leave and you might not. So I had to pack everything in the morning, and I went to Middletown. And so I showed up, and they were like, we're doing everything we can for you. You just have to kind of wait around. So he was like, go downstairs for like 30, 45 minutes and kind of just relax. And I was like, first of all, I'm not going to be relaxed. I'm just going to be sitting there super antsy. And then he was like, come back up in like 45 minutes. So I went back up, and he was like, well, we have nothing yet. You just have to go home and wait for a phone call. And I was like, do you know when the phone call is going to be? He's like, could be at like 2 o'clock, some point today. We don't know. So I go home. I'm sitting around for like 4 hours, and I finally get like a call at like 3 o'clock. And I texted coach before. We were supposed to have practice at like 3:45. I was like, coach, I like can't go to practice. Like I'm so antsy. I'm going to have to be like on my phone like 24/7. So I got a call at like 3 o'clock. He was like, you're good to go. He was like, I got you out of your basic shipment date, and you can go to Texas. And I was in awe. I got up. I was laying in bed, and I got up jumping. I went to my dad. I went to everybody. I was like, I can go. Like I can go to Texas. And I was like, okay, I want to surprise the team. So I actually went to practice late, and they were all sitting in the dugout. And I walk in the dugout, and I'm like, guys, you thought you were really going to go to Texas without me? And then we had short practice because it was raining. But it was just like really stressful and really exciting day all at the same time. It was cool when I was talking to some of the sergeants. They were like, this is like once in a lifetime opportunity. And I was like, you're 100% right. Like, we'll have the same team next year, but we might not get back here. Like, it could be one call that like kills it. And so just being able to like come down here and experience everything, even it's only been a day, and I'm already like ecstatic. Like we did community service with like the cutest kids ever. We have like 5-star hotel quality, which is amazing. I've never had it before, so it's just I've kind of forgotten about the Army honestly for the past like day because I just been so focused on the team. But it's just unreal. The feeling's unreal.